For nearly 15 agonizing minutes, that is exactly what Outlander wanted viewers to believe. It was not a fan theory. It was not another rumor spreading through online forums. It was the devastating reality the series appeared to deliver in the final episode of Season 8, titled "And the World Was All Around Us." After 12 years of storytelling, the moment fans had feared had finally arrived. Jamie Fraser had gone to war knowing that history had already written his fate. And Outlander made sure the emotional impact was almost impossible to escape. The Season 8 finale finally confronts one of the biggest questions surrounding the final chapter of the series. Was Frank's book telling the truth? Was Jamie truly destined to die at the Battle of King's Mountain? And if history demanded his death, could Claire somehow change it? What follows is one of the most emotional and shocking sequences in the entire Outlander saga. Jamie knows he may not come home. The finale wastes no time establishing the stakes. Jamie stands near a burning cross at the meeting house, gathering his men as British forces move toward the back country. Everyone understands that this battle is different. This is not simply another confrontation in a war that has already taken so much from them. This is the battle Frank's writings warned him about, the battle that is supposed to claim Jamie Fraser's life. And Jamie knows it. There is something unusually calm about him throughout these scenes. He moves with the quiet determination of a man who has already considered the possibility that this could be his final night. He calls out the Fraser battle cry, and his men answer him. On the surface, the moment feels powerful and triumphant. But for viewers who know what Jamie believes is waiting for him, the scene carries an entirely different weight. Before he ever enters the battlefield, Jamie makes one final preparation. He writes his will. But this does not feel like a simple legal formality. It feels like a final act of love. Jamie begins dividing his possessions among the people who matter most to him. Claire receives nearly everything he owns. Brianna is left 2,000 acres of land, representing a legacy built through years of sacrifice and hard work. Young Ian receives Jamie's tools and weapons, objects that represent survival, strength, and the knowledge Jamie passed down through generations. Each grandchild receives 100, along with portions of Jamie's personal books, ensuring that small pieces of his life will continue to exist within the family. And then there is William. Jamie leaves William his whiskey and his Bible. Two seemingly simple possessions suddenly become incredibly meaningful. They feel like Jamie's quiet way of telling William that, even after death, he wants to be remembered not simply as a man from another time, but as someone who loved him and tried to be a father. Jamie is not merely preparing for battle, he is preparing to say goodbye, one gift at a time. The Battle of King's Mountain. Then the battle begins. The Battle of King's Mountain unfolds with the brutality and chaos that history has promised. For a brief moment, however, something changes. Jamie is still standing. He is still alive. The fighting begins to slow, and the wounded General Ferguson is carried toward the mountaintop. Jamie looks at Claire. Claire looks back at him. For one fleeting moment, there is hope. Maybe history is wrong. Maybe Frank's book was never a guarantee. Maybe Jamie and Claire have finally managed to escape the future that has haunted them for so long. That tiny moment of hope is precisely what makes the next few seconds so devastating. As Claire begins making her way back toward camp, believing the danger may finally be over, Jamie turns toward Ferguson and demands his surrender. But the wounded general raises his weapon one final time. He fires. The bullet strikes Jamie. And in one horrifying instant, 12 years of storytelling seem to collapse. Jamie Fraser is down. Claire knows before anyone tells her. Claire does not need to hear the news. She feels it. The connection between Jamie and Claire has always been presented as something deeper than ordinary love. From the earliest days of their relationship, the series has repeatedly shown that distance cannot completely separate them. The instant Jamie is struck, Claire knows something has happened. She runs. She races up the hill with a desperation that makes the moment almost unbearable to watch. And when she reaches him, she finds Jamie lying on the battlefield, silent, still, gone. Claire drops to her knees beside him. Roger tries to pull her away. He tells her that remaining there will not change what has happened and that she needs to return to camp. But Claire refuses. She will not leave Jamie. She looks at Roger and delivers 4 devastating words. He is home. Then Claire lies down beside her husband on the battlefield. She refuses to let him face whatever comes next alone. It is a heartbreaking image that captures the entire essence of their relationship. Claire crossed centuries to find Jamie, and now, after everything they endured together, she refuses to allow death to be the thing that finally separates them. But this is where the finale takes a dramatic turn, because Outlander has been preparing for this moment for years. The blue light returns. Long before this final battle, the series planted the seeds of Claire's mysterious healing ability. Back in Season 2, when Claire was gravely ill, the healer Master Raymond spoke of a blue aura surrounding her. At the time, it seemed like an intriguing but relatively small mystical detail. Outlander, however, has a long memory. Earlier in this final season, that same mysterious blue light appeared again when Claire brought a stillborn infant back to life at Fraser's Ridge. And Jamie witnessed it. That moment was not meaningless. It was preparation. The series was quietly showing viewers what Claire might ultimately be capable of. Now, as Claire lies beside Jamie through the night, something extraordinary begins to happen. It is not immediate. It does not happen with the simplicity of the earlier miracle. This time, Claire is attempting something far greater. She is trying to bring Jamie back. Hours pass. The process appears to consume everything she has, and by the time it is over, Claire herself has been transformed. Her hair has turned completely white. For those who remember the warning from the Cherokee shaman, the meaning is unmistakable. Claire has reached the full extent of her power, and she has used it all for Jamie. Then comes the moment fans have been waiting for. The camera moves closer to Jamie and Claire. And suddenly, both open their eyes. They gasp for air. They are alive. Both of them. After the will. After the battle. After the bullet. After Claire's desperate refusal to leave his side. Jamie and Claire awaken together. It is not presented simply as fantasy or sorcery. Instead, the moment feels like the ultimate expression of the bond Outlander has spent 12 years building. A love so powerful that even history itself cannot keep it apart. The ghost mystery finally gets an answer. But Jamie's apparent death and miraculous return are not the only major mysteries addressed in the finale. For years, fans have been haunted by another question: who was the ghost Claire saw at the beginning of the story? Just before Jamie leaves for battle, he tells Claire that he will wait for her. He says he will endure his time in purgatory until she is ready to join him. And then he reveals something even more intriguing. He has been there before. For years, fans have wondered whether this could somehow connect Jamie to the mysterious figure Claire saw watching her from a distance during the earliest part of the story. Was that ghost Jamie? Was he somehow reaching across time to see Claire? The finale finally provides an answer. And it is not quite what many viewers expected. After the battle, Jamie's ghost appears once again. But there is something different about him. He is young, much younger than the Jamie who has just faced the Battle of Kings Mountain. That detail changes everything. If the ghost had been Jamie immediately after his death at King's Mountain, viewers would expect to see the older version of him. Instead, the figure appears as a much younger Jamie. That means the ghost Claire saw years earlier was not simply Jamie's spirit returning from the battle that nearly ended his life. The truth appears to reach much further back into the timeline, and suddenly, the mysterious opening of Outlander takes on an entirely different meaning. Jamie and the flowers that started it all. After watching Claire, the younger Jamie ghost walks toward the ancient stones. The very same stones that launched Claire's extraordinary journey through time. He reaches out and touches them. And then something beautiful happens. Flowers begin to bloom beside the stones. For longtime Outlander fans, this is far more than a pretty visual moment. It is a callback to the very beginning of the story. Remember the flowers that first caught Claire's attention near the stones? The flowers that helped draw her closer. The flowers that eventually led her to touch the stones and disappear through time. Those flowers were the beginning of everything. They led Claire to the past. They led her to Jamie. And now the finale suggests that Jamie himself may have been connected to that moment all along. The implications are enormous. Jamie already knew Claire's fascination with plants. He knew that flowers could capture her attention, and if he understood what the future held, then perhaps he knew exactly what he needed to do. He planted the flowers that would eventually guide Claire toward the stones. He created a path for the woman he loved before she had even made the journey to him. Think about the poetry of that. Jamie helped guide Claire toward him before they had ever met. The love story did not simply begin when Claire arrived in the past. In a strange way, it may have begun even earlier. And when Jamie asks Claire to remember him before leaving for battle, those flowers suddenly become something much more profound. They become a promise, a final message, a way of ensuring that Claire would find her way back. Without those flowers, Claire might never have returned to the stones. Without that return, she might never have found Jamie. The entire 12-year love story may therefore hinge on something as delicate as a handful of blue flowers. Flowers planted by a man for the woman he loved before he had even met her. Not every mystery gets an answer. As beautiful and emotional as the finale is, it does not resolve every storyline, and that is something worth acknowledging. One unresolved thread involves Fanny. After everything she experiences during the final stretch of the series, including the mysterious buzzing sound, many viewers expected her to finally open up to Claire or Brianna. There was hope that Fanny would receive a storyline of her own and finally get the emotional attention her character deserved. Instead, that mystery remains unresolved. Then there is Claire's family history. Her parents have been mentioned repeatedly throughout the final season, building anticipation that Claire might finally uncover the complete truth about her past. But that answer never fully arrives. The door remains open. At first, these unresolved threads may feel frustrating. But perhaps they are not forgotten. Perhaps they are deliberate. The Outlander universe is continuing to expand through Outlander, Blood of My Blood, creating the possibility that some of these unanswered questions could eventually receive greater attention. Fanny's unexplained storyline and the mystery surrounding Claire's parents may not necessarily be abandoned. They could simply be stories waiting for another chapter, one final surprise, and just when viewers might think the emotional surprises are over, Outlander delivers one more. After the finale, the story jumps forward to the 1990s. We find ourselves inside a bookstore. And there, in an extraordinary twist, is none other than Diana Gabaldon herself, appearing at a real book signing event for the first Outlander novel. A line of fans waits patiently for